So Jim, if you don't want to open the pool cover every time, which you really don't have to, you can check the water level by opening the skimmer and looking in where I've marked 6 inches down to the level of the water. See, 6 inches right to there. Should put the end of the rule right in the water at the surface. So Jim, here's the valve. All you have to do is turn it like that. You can see water's going into the pool. So Jim, that was about 330 gallons. Took about 15 minutes. So we just turn this solenoid valve around and shut it off. Then you can zero this. Unfortunately, my automatic level control does not seem to be working, so we're going to have to do it manually, which shouldn't be too much of a problem. I would think the level should stay good for about 2 weeks. So that's that. Well, Jim, here's the new pump, which doesn't go on and off, and it measures the height of the water, so it doesn't get it quite as dry, but here it is. So the 12-volt pump is working, so if the power goes out with the 110-volt one, at least some pump will be pumping. So this chlorinator, which is the third one in the last 2-3 months, is dead, and therefore the only way to put chlorine in is using the old-fashioned chlorine pill. So there's the box of chlorine pills. Take one out, and I'm going to put that in the skimmer. If you don't want to open the cover all the way, but you want to check the chemistry of the pool, just open it a little bit and use the test kit through that opening. Better here than at the skimmer, because that chlorine pill will be in there, at least until the new chlorinator is up and running. And then you could just check the chemistry at the skimmer. To calibrate the salt tester, I got these samples. Here's one I have out, and all you have to do is fill up the little thing that comes with the salt tester, and go in, and it's supposed to say 3. Well, that's pretty good actually. It says 3. Yep, right on. So it's well calibrated right now. Now it says 2.9, but close enough. So if you're concerned about the reading of this thing, just use one of these little samples. There are a bunch of them in there, and then and there's an instruction sheet here which tells you exactly how to do the calibration, which is really very simple. So you'll see that I'm going to put those right over here. And the tester will be right there. So as you can see, the outside faucet is locked, and so the only way to get water into the pool is, as I showed before, with that solenoid valve there. Reason being that a prankster some years ago, opened one of the faucets, and I had a several $100 water bill. So all water shut off in the house too. There's the net, because that was stolen last year, the year before I guess it was. That will be inside. And as I mentioned, we're going to leave the hurricane shutter off of that slider. So all you have to do is just walk in from the front door. I guess I should demonstrate that. First you have to, when you leave the house, lock it. And then I'm going to give you the code so it's not actually on the video. So I just opened it, and you can take a look inside the house if you will, and then just walk in here, and all the items that you need will be here. There's a spanner wrench there in case you do need to get into the chlorinator, but I hope you won't have to do that. There's a tape measure for checking the water level, the salt tester, the chlorine pills that hopefully you won't need to use very much because the new chlorinator hopefully will be installed and working.